John Kincade, you were there yesterday at Lincoln Financial Field, and in the second half, boos were raining down upon thee.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know what school you went to. Wait a minute, you went to mine. There's like a thick plate of glass between the media and the fans.
Yeah.
And the fans in front of us are very animated and very loud, and you can actually hear them. That game, and I said it because I took over the Fanatic Twitter feed, and at halftime, it was a visible party.
It was a party.
It was a raucous, loud, we love this, great job, huge cheers going off the field at halftime. People so excited by Saquon Barkley's performance.
The defense was great. Jalen played really well. There was a couple throws early on. That A.J. Brown fourth down got to be a better throw, and it's maybe a touchdown.
And Devontae had a drop later in the game. Like, there were some things. But overall, there was a party. Unless you make it more difficult. And right before halftime.
Dumb.
You don't make it a 3-score game. Under no circumstances. Because you're trying to be cute. This is who we are. We go for it here. You go up by 3 scores, you kick the extra point, let Jake Elliott do his thing, you have a weapon.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's just straight up stupidity, and it's once again the my chart, right? Not where you're getting your labs, you're seeing if you're healthy or not. No, it's Nick Sirianni's chart, and for whatever reason, his math is different than our math, because 18 points, 17 points, I know it's different numbers, but it comes down to the same thing. 3-score game.
18 points in the second quarter before halftime.
Yeah.
There's no chart that's telling you there what you have to do. You go up by 3 scores. That's the chart.
Period.
If you have anything else on your chart, it's a wrong chart.
Yeah.
Flat out. Just do math. Do your math. And for some reason, Nick Sirianni continues to do it. He makes the easy stuff hard.
No, he does.
And I have no idea. Yesterday was a blowout. It was a party. And, Andrew, that place was raucous and joy and everything about it. And then Sirianni happened. And it did. It's him. It's him. He cannot help himself. He cannot help but insert himself into everything.
Yeah.
And that's what it was about. Let me show you. I'm involved. And let me show Dougie P.
Well, I don't know.
Could that have been any of it?
I was thinking about all that stuff this morning. Last night, I was just furious with the head coach. This morning when I woke up, I was trying to think of it logically. All right, what was going through Nick Sirianni's mind? And that did cross my mind. Now, I can't believe that to be the case.
Okay. Who was the most beloved coach on the field yesterday?
Doug Peterson.
Correct.
But I don't think
so. Nick Sirianni. What? I don't put anything past him because I don't trust him. I don't trust him. How did he turn a game yesterday that was an absolute blowout? Simple math. You win the game. And he turns it into a harem-scarum that they almost lost.
Yeah, and look, they multiple times, chance to go up 3 scores. Instead, they go for 2. They don't get it. Chance to make it a 2-score game early in the fourth quarter. They don't kick the field goal. They turn it over on downs. And then all of a sudden, that keeps the Jags in it. And the Jags end up punting the next drive, and the Eagles score a touchdown. Then the Jags come right back and score a touchdown. But there were multiple times where the Eagles had every opportunity to put this game away. And again, I don't want to say the Eagles, the players. The players were doing it. The players got you in field goal range. It was poor head coaching. And then you missed the field goal in the second to last drive or in your last drive.
Well, why are you having them kick it?
Exactly. It was, you know what it was? It was very reminiscent of something that Doug Peterson did a couple of years ago. Doug Peterson, all game long, did not let Wendell Smallwood go on the field. He decided to put Wendell Smallwood in the 4-minute offense in the fourth quarter of a game against the Cowboys, and he fumbled. No duh. The guy didn't play all game, and now you're handing off the ball to him in an important position. You refused to kick field goals pretty much all game. You didn't want to kick extra points all game, and then all of a sudden you say, you know what? No, this time we do want you to kick a 57-yarder.
With the game on the line. Yesterday was ignorant.
That's what it was.
Nick Sirianni's approach yesterday, not Nick Sirianni, no name calling. Nick Sirianni's approach yesterday, the job he did, was completely ignorant. You do not understand the rules of the game that you're coaching. I don't understand it. The way he does math. And you mean to tell me there isn't a quality control coach? There is a slew as you're getting
Big
ready,
Dom's got the headset on now.
which is why is that, by the way? Has anyone figured that out? Why there is a elevator that they hold up in the press box for the coaches to be able to get down to the locker room. So we got to wait for one. The coaches get on. They hold 2 elevators, and they do a first trip, then they do a second trip. And so I see that they have coaches up in the stands, tons of them. They got to have somebody who is there saying, Nick, here's where you take a timeout. Nick, here's where you kick the extra point. Nick.
He's the CEO head coach. And when he was asked about it.
Well, I want a hostile takeover then.
And look, I don't like taking shots at the media because I think the media does a tremendous job. The press conference yesterday was so chummy with Nick Sirianni. We only got really one question in terms of his decision making. Hopefully we get more of that today because it was weak. It was like just a lot of.
Well, I think after the Sixers debacle on Saturday night, everybody was going
lovey-dovey.
They wanted a lovey-dovey press conference.
Here was Nick Sirianni. He was asked about his aggressive nature, and he stands by it.
We've been pretty good on those. Today, they did a good job. I'll look at everything, but everything in the moment, I'm always doing what I think's best for the football team. Today it didn't work. That's the way it goes. That's the hat I have to wear, right? When we get a 4th down and we convert a 4th down, nothing's really said. When we don't, I understand that there's going to be questions. But again, I have to be able to have the balls to do that, really, at the end of the day and say, am I doing everything I can do to help us win the game? And then those moments I thought I was, but I'll go back and relook at them. I'm always going to be hypercritical of myself. And when it doesn't work, I'm definitely going to think even more about it.
You didn't! This isn't about balls.
Right.
Nobody's talking about big balls, Nick. I know Big Balls Doug was on the other sideline. Maybe that's what it was, John. I don't know.
No, what I'm saying is what is he proving and who's he proving it to? What we want is to be leading with. The top story should be
the Eagles players.
Absolutely. He continually makes himself the story. He has to insert himself. And I am completely convinced that it is absolutely the fact that they brought in Kellen Moore and they brought in Vic Fangio.
Yeah, he wants to try to have his staple or his
because he's not touching the defense.
No.
As you can tell by the excellent performance of our defense.
Absolutely.
He's not doing that. And Kellen Moore is the one opening snap yesterday. Under center.
I wrote it down in my little notebook.
Let's just say I'm glad there's a counter.
Yeah, there is.
I'm glad there's that desk and counter. I mean, it was great to see the diversity of everything. It was wonderful. A lot of pre-snap motion. By the way, the Eagles now one of the top teams in the NFL in pre-snap motion.
Ever since they changed the offense, because Lane Johnson had to go to the freaking coaching staff in order to get the offense changed. And Nick Sirianni had to step away and let Kellen Moore do his job so that the offense could move the way it's supposed to move. And that's why the team looks so much better since the bye week. But no, the head coach still needs to find a way. And when he says in that answer, I'm doing what I believe is best for the team, you're not,
Nick.
You're just not. You're going up from 16 to 17 or 16 to 18 really isn't that big of a difference.
No, there is a difference. Because when Jake has been Jake the Make for a reason.
Yes.
He's freaking automatic on the extra points. Kicking the extra point puts you up by 3 scores.
Yes.
That is a much higher probability with Jake Elliott than going for it. That's bottom line. You go up by 3 scores before halftime, and then you breathe.
Yeah.
Then you breathe, and you feel good at that
17
point.
or 18 is 3 scores. It doesn't freaking matter.
And I don't care about balls, Nick. I can't even believe we're talking about an NFL head coach that has to discuss that.
Yeah,
or has to make it like it's a storyline.
And I'm waiting for a follow-up question. Then it was, yummy chummies the rest of the press conference. And I'm sitting here going, come on, somebody get back to it, because he's talking about, so I got to have the balls to do it. Good for you.
It didn't make any sense to do it.
I do the same thing in Madden and NCAA, Nick, but it's a video game. All right, you're sitting there talking about balls and aggressiveness. Dude, sometimes stupidity gets in the way.
I think that it is. I'm going back to a party that I know Connor attended. There's a party back at Washington College.
Okay.
That Connor attended. And some guy has been a little overserved. And he says, I'm going to jump off this deck into the bushes.
Hell yeah. That was Connor.
And then somebody goes, no, you aren't, because I got 20. He goes, dude, I'm going to show you. I'll dive right off here. I can do that. And the idiot dives off the deck, down a story into the bushes, and they end up getting cut up and everything, but they did it. It's like, yeah! That's Nick Sirianni. He's got to do something to say, look at me, look at me. That's what it's about, and that's hurting this football team. It hurts. They won yesterday despite his strategy.
So
I wouldn't trust him, honestly, in a game of Connect 4. I wouldn't, to make the right calls. I just don't. I don't. And I feel stupid.
why?
Because I scoffed at every single person, including you two, that said they should consider getting rid of him.
That
they should consider getting rid of him at the end of last year. I'm like, you do not do that. That makes no sense. You're being too reactionary. And I think now that I was wrong.
Well, somebody's going to try to spin this. It was another win, and Nick Sirianni's the first. Bill's going to say it today at the midday show.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Bill is not.
I know. I
saw
his video.
He's too smart of a football guy who understands the game. He's too smart to even come in here today and try to defend Nick Sirianni. He won't do that. I promise you. He will not do that today.
I saw Bill. Bill posted an immediate reaction video.
I didn't get to see it.
I saw it.
Okay.
And he said I couldn't defend Nick Sirianni. And I was very proud of Bill. So Bill said there were 6 decisions that Nick Sirianni had to make, whether you agree with them or not, right? Like the 4th down and the 4th and 3. Right. I was actually in favor of them going for it there early on in the game. But out of the 6 decisions, all 6 of them failed.
Let's get it straight.
0 for 6.
Up 10-0, the 4th and 3. I was doing the station website.
Yeah.
The station Twitter feed. So I put it out there as I absolutely, before the play, I said, I have 0 issue.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, that's
0.
a go.
I like that one because I felt that was a foot on the throat move that you get that first down. It's so demoralizing, and then maybe you go up 17-0. So I was totally
because again, a field goal makes it still a 2-score game. A touchdown makes it a 3-score game. I was in favor.
Totally in favor of that one. I absolutely was losing my mind over not going up by 3 scores before halftime.
Yeah, that was dumb.
And you can go to the station Twitter feed and watch all these people going, oh my God, they're up 16-0, and you're talking about an extra point. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're harping on this. Oh, geez, this is typical Philly media. Making it, like talking about things that don't matter until they freaking matter. Again, it is the biggest lesson in life. Things that you go around that the loudest mouths in the room say to you, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Until it matters. Then you're going to go, oh, wait, that's not how we should be doing things.
Yeah, maybe we should have gone up 3 scores.
I only give Nick Sirianni a problem. People are going to say 9 points. I only have an issue with 4.
Okay.
I have an issue with not taking the extra point before the half, and I have an issue with not kicking the field goal when you're up 6 late in the, midway through the 4th quarter to go up 9.
Right.
Those are the only 2.
To make it a 2-score game, like that.
I think
that's stupidity.
That's simple.
Like that was just
simple.
dumb. And I'm not calling Nick Sirianni a dumb person, but he was dumb
his strategy was
during
dumb.
the game yesterday.
Yes.